Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michaela if you're new here. So January is such a busy time right now for Greek life. It's recruitment time. And honestly, being a sorority member was probably the best thing I did in my college career. And I really want to share my experiences and just some pros and cons of joining a sorority. And if there's anyone out there that's a little bit on the fence, unsure if they should rush, keep watching this video. First off, I just want to give you a little background. I am a Kappa Delta. If there's anyone out there Kappa Delta, please leave a comment down below. I would love to see you guys in the comments. But before I joined, I was honestly just in a bad place. I was feeling so lost. I was feeling so alone. I was in the wrong major, and I just felt so inadequate. Like my grades weren't really that great, and also I was having health issues at the time, and so I was also physically kind of feeling not great. And also, I just didn't find my niche. I had tried so many different clubs my freshman year, and nothing really stuck or really just felt like the right place. And so I just really didn't have a home. It wasn't until the fall of my sophomore year that Kappa Delta came on campus. Kappa Delta was actually a brand new chapter on my campus, so I am a founding member, which is crazy to say, honestly. When I went to the seminar and I heard what they stand for and who they are, I just felt so connected. Kappa Delta, they strive to build confidence in girls and women. Their philanthropy is with the Girl Scouts, and so that is something that I've been always into since I was a young girl. I've always wanted to build girls up. My love language is serving and helping others. And so for me, this was perfect for me. It was literally built for me. And I rushed, and of course, I got in. So let's start with the pros. The first one is obviously Sisterhood. I did have definitely a really close group of friends that I had my sophomore year, but I really want to expand my group and get to know other people. And it's great that you get to meet people from different backgrounds, from different majors. And I also love the family aspect of it too. In sororities you get this family tree. So you become a big sister, and then you get a little sister, and then your little gets a little sister, and so you have a grand big, a great, and so on. And I just love that family aspect. I just felt so more connected and closer to my sisters, having a little group that I can just be hey, let's go get some lunch together. And or you can be honestly a confidant to them, to be a mentor. It's nice being a mentor and having someone confide in you. Going off of that, another pro is the community life and the social life. So this is a great way to network with other people. You meet so many girls from different backgrounds, and I have met girls that actually really helped me land an internship. And I don't think I would have landed an internship unless they gave me a recommendation, they put in a good word with me. And so having that opportunity is just gold. That's how I built my college resumes, because I met people in my sorority. And not only that, but I met people outside other sororities. There's so many different events with fraternities, other sororities, and they're dances and just there's philanthropy events to raise money. And so there are so many different events where you can meet new people, which is awesome. And if you're trying to maybe find a partner, or if you're just trying to make new friends, this is a good place, because you just meet so many different people, all sorts of backgrounds, and that is just so much fun. Honestly, just having events to go to, it's just a fun thing to do in college. And another pro is accountability. When you're in a sorority, you have to make sure your academics is on par. There is a GPA threshold that if you don't meet that, then you're on academic probation. I'll be honest with you, I was on academic probation for one semester. As I told you, I was in the wrong major, and so I had failed a class, and I was actually in the process of retaking it, but because on paper my GPA was lower, I had to go on probation. And there was one of my sisters who was kind of the academic chair, and so she would keep me accountable. She would checking in on me and ask me how my studies were going. And it was, embarrassing at first, but then I was like, you know what? It was so, I guess, nice to have someone checking in on me, asking how I'm doing. It's nice to have that accountability, to know that someone cares for me and wants to see me succeed. And so honestly, it pushed me to just be better in my studies, to study harder, to study smarter. And so my GPA just shot up, honestly. I was on the dean's list the rest of my college career, and I don't think I would have done as well if I didn't have my sisters backing me up, my sisters supporting me and being behind me. And that type of attitude and that type of drive carries you beyond your college career. I have used this drive in after college and in my other jobs to be always be a great student or a great employee. And so these are skills that you need for the rest of your life. And of course, it's always good to have some study buddies. I have met girls in my major where I'm like, hey, anyone can help me, study, or can you share your notes with me? And so I did, of course, you do better in your classes when you have a study buddy and people who can help you in your classes. And another really important thing for me is, as I told you I was in the wrong major, one of my sisters encouraged me to switch my major to something that was similar, but also just a better fit for me. And I was so scared. I was scared to do it. I honestly just needed someone to back me up. And I did change my major, and I ended up being the best decision I've ever made. I was such a more happy person. I felt more confident in myself. I'm like, this is for me. I feel like I can do this. And I feel like I am going to thrive in this major. And if I didn't have my sister to encourage me to switch, I would be in that old major that made me miserable and just depressed. And that was honestly the turning point for me in my college career and in my sorority life, was having her give me some advice and help me switch. Because of that, it gave me the confidence to be a leader in my chapter. So another pro is leadership. Inside your chapter, there's so many different chairs that you could run on. I don't know, I was the founding member chair. I planned a couple events in my sorority, and it was so much fun, let me tell you. I love planning events. It was just up my alley, and it was just fun, planning events for my sisters to make their day, or just to plan events to raise awareness and raise money for your philanthropy. It felt really good, and it also just built skills in me that I don't think I would have learned anywhere else, honestly. And it also gave me the confidence to actually run as Vice President of Communications for the Panhellenic. If you don't know what Panhellenic is, it's the overseeing board of all the sororities. So this is Panhellenic, and this is all the other sororities. So I ran for the top Vice President of Communications. I actually was in charge of every communication department in all the sororities. There's 7 chapters. That leadership, it actually gave me skills that I took, beyond college. If you guys don't know, after college I became a manager of 2 different departments at a grocery store. I was managing $400,000 worth of inventory, which is insane for someone my age. And I don't think I would have gotten that confidence to be a manager if I didn't become a manager in college. Another pro is philanthropy. So Kappa Delta's philanthropy is building confidence and Girl Scouts. And I love that I was able to bring awareness and save money up for girls that needed it. And when I went to college, I knew that I really wanted to have that aspect in my college career. I wanted to be able to volunteer and help others. And so being able to do that and raise awareness, it just humbles you, honestly. It really humbles you to realize that you're so fortunate, that there are people less fortunate, and that you can use your privilege to help others. And it just makes me feel good, but also really makes the other person feel good. I've met so many girls and Girl Scouts that are so cute and adorable that just look up to you and they see you as a superhero. And I'm like, what? Me? a little old me. I don't know. I just, like me, like I'm someone to look up to, but yeah, you are. And so it makes me carry myself differently. It makes me carry myself with pride and with more poise, because I want to be an example to these young girls that, I was once them. And so I want them to have someone they can look up to and be inspired. So now to the cons. There's not very many, but some of the cons I came up with is, of course, the cost. Yes, you do have to pay, and it can be costly. I think I paid a couple hundred, like $200 per month for my sorority, which is a lot in college when you're, have other things to pay for. So I did have an on-campus job to pay for that, and of course pay for my other expenses. That is something that really need to think about, because it is costly, and it is because honestly, it's like sorority life really is an investment. But I personally think that it's an investment in your future, honestly. Like I said, I use these skills in my career beyond college. Another con is, of course, the drama. So I feel like in the media, they portray Greek life in such a negative light. And I'm not saying like there isn't some truth in that in the media, but I feel like it's just, sometimes it's like really exaggerated, because yes, of course there's drama. If you put a group of girls and guys together, people just don't mix. Some people just don't get along, and there's gonna be a little drama. And in some cases, some people do experience hazing. I know for me, my campus at Marquette, like, it was like a no-no. Like, it was just so strict on my campus that we didn't have any hazing. I didn't have any of those issues, at least not from my personal experience. Because like Marquette, they will put you in probation. They will honestly just like take away just the chapter in general if there's any hint of hazing. And so I know for me, I didn't have that experience, but I do know that there are people in other states that may have that experience, which is unfortunate, because all the pros that I just said, there are so many great aspects to Greek life, and I feel like when people think of Greek life, they just think of the drama of it all, and that's just honestly unfortunate. But that is something that you do need to think about, and you do need to consider based off of where you live and what campus you're on. So the main question here is, should you join a sorority? And of course, I'm biased, but I think that the pros outweigh the cons, and that you should definitely just at least give it a shot. Go for recruitment. If it's not for you, it's not for you, girl. Like, never be pressured to do anything that's not right for you. And if it is, yes, you're gonna have a great time. I'm excited for you. So I hope you guys learned a lot in this video. I hope to help those that are still kind of on the fence and just needed some advice. And if you had any other questions about just Greek life, just leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. And also, any of my Kappa Deltas watching, I would love to see you guys in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys.